What's also welcome to my channel. So let's talk about who can fly and where. So as we all know that the travel restrictions are being lifting off. Therefore, the flights from India having starting off to various countries like France, Germany, USA, UK, Canada, and UAE. So it will be depending upon some air bubble arrangements. And apart from this, we can also say that you have to take the permission from the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs as well as from the government of the destination countries. So what is air bubble arrangement? So air bubble arrangement is basically a technique in which the both flights have been running from the one country to another and have enjoying the similar benefits. So it is basically a reciprocal process, and the flights have been going on from the various countries like USA, UK, Canada, UAE, France, Germany, and Maldives. And now we can explain about who can travel from India to abroad. So it will be depending upon the citizens of the country, like who are having some valid visa, like for earlier for 1 month it will be allowed the visa processing. And if we talk about the countries like the UAE, it will remove the travel restrictions and allowing the citizens of the various three visa like student visa, business visa, and work visa. And apart from this, from 17 August onwards, the US embassy will start taking the visa processing of the students who want to study higher studies in countries like US. Now we can explain about who can travel from abroad to India. Now it will be also depending upon some national citizens, like earlier also some overseas citizens of India are allowed to travel to the India up to the limited extent, but as the travel restrictions are benefiting all the overseas citizens of India are allowed to travel up to the full extent. And the various categories are also allowed to travel, like some healthcare professionals and some engineers who are into the technical fields, also contributing in the healthcare sectors. And there are also some your manufacturing units owners and some IT professional business owners who are able to travel to the countries like India. And now we can explain about the what type of flights are being starting off during this process. So Air India is the first flight which start taking its uh, travels to the various starting from the various cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Trivandrum, Amritsar, Kochi, to the various destination countries, cities like Frankfurt, San Francisco, Washington D.C., Birmingham, and London. So the flights will be running to that extent. Now, what there are some difference in these flights in which some both type of the legs of the passengers are being of the flights are being working. So, but due to the if we talk about apart from the reputation of flights and in this process we can say that the rough breed in this process we can explain about that one leg of the plane will be left empty, and the airlines include the USA Airlines and Lufthansa, Air Canada, Air France, and the Virgin Atlantic. So these are the flights which are being running this one leg system, and which one leg is of the plane will be left empty. Apart from this, we can also start taking the flights about like Lufthansa will be start its flight from the India to Germany, USA, and other countries. And now we will also be explaining about like flights like Air Canada will running its 3 day flights and up to the 3 day extent, and some other flights like the Virgin Atlantic will be also running its flights on a 3 day basis. And some other flights like some local domestic flights of India like the Vistara will start or resuming its flight from the European countries like UK, Germany, and France. And Also, the local flight of India, which is known as the SpiceJet, will be running its flights on a regular basis in the September month. Now, why is it important to travel abroad? So first of all, you need to be registered at the www.delhi airport and within the 24 hours you need to get registered in there, and here you will also make commitment that you have to quarantine up to the 14 days in India. And now we will talking about some quarantine process over countries. As we all know that the coronavirus cases are been increasing up to such extent in the countries like USA, Brazil, and India. So therefore, if we talk about France, so the three countries citizens have take the mandatory COVID-19 test at the airport only, and in England also there will be the no quarantine period will be required, but for countries like India, the students will also have to undergo some 14-day quarantine period. And if we talk about the countries like the UAE, and then you will have to take permission from the Federal Authority of Identity and Citizenship. So if you like the channel, so kindly subscribe to it.